darkness, silence, and in front of us, the side of the moon that most humans have never truly seen. Recorded from just 80 miles above the lunar surface, what Orion captured may be some of the most breathtaking moon footage humanity has ever witnessed. This isn't CGI. This isn't Hollywood. This is real footage captured during one of humanity's most important missions back to deep space. After more than 50 years, humanity is finally returning to the moon. And this mission could change everything. Welcome to Artemis I. For decades after the Apollo missions ended, the moon slowly became a distant memory. Humanity turned its focus toward new technologies, private spaceflight, and dreams of reaching Mars. But behind the scenes, NASA was planning something much bigger. A return to the moon, not just for short visits, but for long-term exploration, future lunar bases, and eventually missions to Mars. That vision became the Artemis program, humanity's next giant leap into deep space. And before astronauts could return, NASA needed to test one critical spacecraft, Orion. Launched in November 2022, Artemis I was an uncrewed mission designed to push Orion farther than any spacecraft built for humans had traveled in decades. There were no astronauts on board, but this mission carried enormous pressure. Orion had to prove it could survive deep space, navigate around the moon, withstand dangerous radiation, and safely return to Earth. If this mission failed, the future of lunar exploration could face major setbacks. But if it succeeded, humanity's return to the moon would officially begin. On the 6th day of the mission, Orion entered one of the most important phases of its journey, the moon's sphere of influence. This meant lunar gravity had officially become the dominant force guiding the spacecraft. Slowly, the moon began growing larger against the darkness of space. Orion's cameras, mounted near the tips of its solar arrays, started capturing a view unlike anything most people had ever seen. A giant gray world hanging silently in the darkness, ancient, scarred, untouched for billions of years. Then came the moment that made history. Orion passed just 80 miles above the lunar surface during its closest flyby. In cosmic terms, that is unbelievably close. Beneath the spacecraft stretched an endless landscape of craters, cliffs, and impact scars left behind by billions of years of violent collisions. Every mark on the moon tells a story of destruction, survival, and time, on a scale that is difficult to comprehend. Watching Orion glide silently above that terrain felt almost unreal, like witnessing humanity quietly step back into deep space after decades away. One of the most fascinating parts of the mission was Orion's view of the moon's far side, the hemisphere permanently hidden from Earth. Many people call it the dark side of the moon, although it actually receives sunlight just like the side we see. It's simply hidden from us. For centuries, humans could only imagine what it looked like. But Orion revealed it in extraordinary detail. Jagged mountains, endless craters, harsh landscapes untouched by human presence. The far side feels strangely alien, more like another world than a familiar neighbor orbiting Earth. In some moments, the footage feels less like reality and more like scenes from a science fiction movie. Yet every image is completely real, captured by a spacecraft traveling through one of the most hostile environments imaginable. As Orion moved across the lunar surface, it captured stunning views of some of the moon's most remarkable regions. One of them was Aristarchus crater, one of the brightest features on the moon, stretching roughly 25 miles across. Scientists believe its bright appearance suggests a relatively young impact compared to much of the surrounding terrain. Nearby sits Herodotus crater, older, darker, and more weathered by countless micrometeorite strikes over billions of years. Together, these regions reveal something incredible. The Moon is not a dead, boring rock. It holds the violent history of our solar system written across its surface: ancient lava plains, massive impacts, geological scars frozen in time. Looking at these features is like staring directly into the early history of Earth itself. But Artemis I was about much more than stunning visuals. Behind every beautiful image was a critical mission objective. Orion had to perform precise maneuvers to prove it could handle future crewed missions. One of the most important moments came during a powerful engine burn lasting 3 minutes and 27 seconds, known as the return-powered flyby. This maneuver carefully adjusted Orion's path around the Moon and helped place the spacecraft into a distant retrograde orbit, a stable orbit designed for long-duration lunar operations. At the same time, Orion's advanced navigation systems were being tested under real deep space conditions. Cameras recorded the Moon under different lighting environments, while engineers analyzed radiation exposure, communication systems, and spacecraft performance. Every second of this mission mattered. Every image collected would help prepare for Artemis II, the mission expected to carry astronauts around the Moon for the first time since Apollo. That is why this footage matters so much. This isn't just another Moon video. It's proof that humanity is capable of going farther again. Proof that the next generation of lunar missions is already happening. And proof that the dream of deep space exploration never truly disappeared. It was simply waiting for the right moment to return. For decades, space exploration felt distant, something from history books. But Orion changed that feeling. Watching a spacecraft skim just above the Moon reminds us that humanity was never meant to stay in one place forever. We explore, we build, we push forward into the unknown. And this mission may only be the beginning, because someday soon, astronauts may once again walk across the lunar surface. Permanent moon bases may rise from the dust, and the Moon could become humanity's gateway to Mars and beyond. So as Orion drifted silently above that ancient landscape, capturing one breathtaking view after another, it delivered something bigger than images. It delivered hope. A reminder that humanity's next giant leap is closer than ever before. The only question is, are you ready for humanity's return to the Moon?